Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, I brought in some of my maples, my Japanese maples, just to show anybody that doesn't know, when you're looking to get tight foliage on your maples, now is the time to go in and pinch them out. So if you take this tree for instance, now I'll just show you one. When you have your branch coming up like this, you can see there's two leaves, and then in the middle you have another one coming out. So you take out that one, and that will stop the internodes getting longer. So if you go around, and it will help to create more tighter foliage, and then more ramification. So you need to just go in, you can use your fingers or tweezers, whichever, and just pulling them out like that. You just go over the whole tree, doing the same thing, and that way then you will end up with much tighter foliage. If you want to grow the branches longer, obviously you don't do that, or you want to thicken up the branches. But when you kind of have the tree the size you want it, like this one, say for instance, is kind of about the size I want the tree. So now it's just a matter of getting more and more ramification going. Same with these others, even this one, it's very leggy, so I'm kind of growing it as a more kind of looser flowing tree. It has a nice wide root base on it. Was a bigger tree, had a lot of chops, and slowly but surely I'm reducing it back, and again we'll just go in and take out all these centre nodes like that, and we'll go over the whole tree. Dragging again, the same thing. You can see you've got two leaves, and then the centre one, you just go around plucking out all the centres like that. So I was just going to do it, and I said I may as well put up a short video, just to show anybody that might not know. They might have a maple and they just can't figure out how to keep the internodes longer. The internodes are the bits between the branches, these guys. Keep them shorter, because they will keep growing. If you don't do this, and you'll just end up with longer and longer ones as the tree grows. And this one now isn't as far advanced as that one. The leaves aren't fully open, so in some places you can't actually see the third one yet. So rather than trying to figure out how to get in, fiddling about trying to get in there, I'll just leave it, and then in another day or two I'll come around and just go through it again, plucking them out again, any ones that I've missed. You see already this one here could have been done sooner, because already there's your first two leaves, and now this internode is shooting out. It's already longer than this internode, so we need to get rid of that. So that's what will happen. You just go in and plug them all out. And like I said, they don't all have to be done on the same day. You can come out each day checking them and deciding, and just keep an eye on them, and if you see any, just pluck them out. Because like I said, some of these are just starting now. Right, I need my glasses now to see what I'm doing. Again here now, you can see the same. What's happened is The first 2 leaves have come out, then it's sent out a long internode, then another 2 leaves, and then it's sent out another one, and that'll just, and each internode will just keep getting bigger and bigger. So that should have been taken off back there. Now obviously if you want the branch longer, you can leave it grow. That's entirely up to you what way you want the tree to grow. So even these little ones you can just about see, and there's a little new one starting. So just get your tweezers in there and pull it out. Some of them I still haven't opened fully, so like I said, I'll leave them. A few more up here. The top of the tree, when it starts filling out, we're going to need to do a bit of work on it, sorting some of this out. There's too many branches up here anyway, but we'll sort that out a bit later on. Let it fill out first, and then we can decide which ones we want to keep and which ones we're going to take. Okay, so I think that one is okay for now. Now, I'll just move these out for a second. Down there. Let's have a look at this little one. This one's opened up a bit more again. It's a repot. It's doing quite well since the repot. So again, I just want to go in. Look out all these centres. There's a nice colour leaf on this. A lot of leaves up here starting to already interfere with each other. We can just reduce some of them out. You can see internode, 2 leaves, and then a big long internode, and then it's growing again. You can see that how long that internode, the second internode, is growing. So just take that out of there. Same with that one. Let's get a bit long. This one could have been done a little sooner, to be honest. I've just been so busy with my repotting. Come out yet. Some of them haven't come out yet, they're just starting. Again, you can see that's had some pretty big chops over the last couple of years. Eventually they'll close in. Let's have a look at this big one. Have a little look at this one, and then I'll go on and do all these, the rest of these myself, off camera. So again, even this one, we're getting them starting to sprout over here. This tree is going to have a lot of work yet to be done on it. Try and chase it back a bit. Could do more chops on it, but I don't really want to. I want to maybe keep this one a bit more kind of taller and elegant kind of looking. So I'm kind of just leaving these branches a little bit longer. We'll see how it looks. Again, just go through branch by branch. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. I think the video, I'll finish it myself. This one, look at the base of it here. It's filled with weeds. I put it in this large shallow tray to try and get a large root spread. You can see it has a nice kind of a radial root spread already. So I just want to keep that growing out. I'm going to have to do a bit of weeding on this guy. So I'm going to weed it all and then give it a new coat of soil on the top, get rid of all these weeds. Because it's kind of been sitting since I repotted it. It's been sitting in, not in the shade, but up near the fence so that it's not in the wind. But it's not in full sun either, so it does tend to get a little bit more moist in there. Doesn't dry out as much. You can see it's quite wet in comparison to, say, this one which is out in the open. You can see how dry that one is. We'll just go in and get rid of all these weeds, and then so I'll do that and I'll come back and have a look at it when it's done. Okay, so there's a pile of weeds I've got out. I put a layer of finest like macadam on the top, which kind of dries out quickly, so you can kind of hopefully dry out the surface a little bit quicker to stop the liverwort growing so much, and it kind of matches the colour of the leaves. So yeah, we'll just leave that on there for now, see how that gets on. Okay, so I'll keep going through the trees, plucking out all the centres, and then we'll put them back out. So that's just a little helpful tip to anybody that doesn't know how to, because I do know when I started I got Japanese maples, and like that they just kept growing and I didn't know what I was doing with them, so they ended up being leggy things and I had to chop them all back like these ones, and I wasn't sure what to do with them. So now I just want to pass on that knowledge to anybody else out there that doesn't know. Yeah, and these will become nice tidy little bushes on the top rather than long like this. And these trees are only quite young trees, and they're only a couple of years old. These ones I put in the bigger pots to grow on. This one back here, and this one I bought as a big tree and I chopped it back, leaving just the small thinner branches. And this one again, you can see this was just the bottom branch. I chopped it here, the main trunk off, so this has all been grown from the bottom branch, and they're only a few years old. They're not ancient or anything, but they're starting to take shape now a little bit, starting to get tighter foliage on them and stuff. So yeah, so we'll call this one done, and like that we'll keep you updated with them, and show you them when they're in full leaf. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.